What is up, guys? It's your boy Luna here, and I have a fucking crazy story for you guys today. A crazy one because I got away with this, and it's insane how I got away with it. I'll tell you about what happened. So, a year back, I was hanging out with my buddies, and I decided that I was going to pick up some weed with them, and because they wanted to smoke, and I was feeling like it was a good deed to just repay my friends for all the good times they, share with me and all that stuff. I just love having, good times with my friends. So, I got them a little gift, which was weed. I bought them weed. And, it was nice of me to do, okay? They wanted to smoke. I got them weed. I didn't actually end up smoking, but, it was my weed, and I was letting them smoke it because they're just nice kids. And, they've repaid me. They get me gifts all the time, so why not give them a gift of just getting high together? So I did. And what ended up happening was, guys, is we got all really bored later that night, and we all couldn't really hang out at one house. So we all split up, and I went back to my friend's house with him, and I took my weed with me. Now, when we got there, he got a phone call on the way home from one of his friends, and this kid was freaking out on the phone saying that he just ran away from home and that the cops were looking for him. Now, I immediately was like, yo, I wouldn't let someone who has cops looking for him come back to your house. And he's like, nah, dude, this kid's my homie. He's my day one homie. I gotta let him come back. So I was like, all right, man, it's up to you. It's not my house. You do what you want. So this random kid shows up at his house, and we're just hanging out playing DJ Hero. Okay, yes, DJ Hero. And I'm just sitting there on my phone, and this kid's explaining the whole story about how he got into an argument with his dad, and how his dad, tried to hit him, so he ran out of the house, and decided to, come to the house with us. So, I was like, damn, dude, I'm sorry that your parents have to do that, and I was just trying to, I guess make him feel more comfortable, and I was just trying to, talk him out of his anxiety, and finally he got calmed down, and he explained how his dad screamed out the window that he was calling the cops when he ran away. And I was like, dude, I doubt he's going to call the cops. I've ran away from home before. Usually they don't do anything. Usually they give you a few hours, you come back chilled out, and it's all good. And he's like, no, dude, my parents are crazy. They'll call the cops on me. And they know him. The parents of the kid that ran away knew my friend's house that I was staying at. They knew that they were friends and that he could have went there. So this kid's like, I'm scared. He might call the cops on, this house, and the cops might come here. And I'm like, let's hope not, because I have weed on me and I'm scared. So my friend was just like, all right, dude, well, why don't you put your weed over by my laptop? Because right by his laptop, he has this little case, and he's like, just put it over there, and, you won't smell like it, and it'll just be fine. The cops aren't going to come down to the basement anyway, right? So, a good 30 minutes went by. No cops showed up. We thought we were fine. And my friend was just explaining, he's like, I'm about to go anyway. I'm going to leave. And he started walking upstairs, and no one was home, guys, besides me, my friend, and this kid. His parents weren't coming back for another solid hour. They were at some, party. And, everything was fine, honestly. That's kind of why we had the most anxiety about cops coming, because the parents weren't there. Usually parents are able to get cops off your property pretty quick. But my friend was going upstairs, and he said that he heard a car door outside. And he was like, yo, are your parents home? My friend goes, I don't think so. So he went upstairs and looked out the window, and sure enough, there was a cop there. And a cop was walking up the porch, and we were just like, oh, fuck, what do we do? And they knock on the door, and our original plan was to just open the door, say that he was there, throw him out the door, and be good. And they came to the door. My friend opens the door and goes, hello, officers, how you doing? And, I'm feeling okay, guys. I wasn't that scared because I had my weed downstairs. They weren't going to come in the house. I was in the clear. They were just going to take this kid back to his house, and we'd be fine. Well, no, this cop was a huge douchebag. He was like, hi, are your parents here? Where are your parents? And my friend just goes, why are you asking? Why are you at my house? That's what he said. The minute he opened the door and he said, how you doing, officer? The cop was like, I'm doing great. Are your parents home? And my friend was like, no, my parents aren't home. What does it concern you for? And the officer was like, we have a missing persons report, and we think that he's here. And my friend goes, yeah, he's right here. And the kid came out, and he's like, yeah, it's me. And the cop got really pissed off and was like, you should tell your parents when you leave your house and run away. You should always tell your parents where you're going if you're just going to leave the house. And, your parents thought that you ran away and got kidnapped. And my friend, he was like, oh, no, my dad's lying. Trust me, my dad's really abusive. And I ran away because he was threatening me. And I didn't want to tell him where I was going because he would have came and caused a scene. And the cop was completely ignoring his side of the story, even though, my friend was right. He is a crazy father. And the cop basically just kept ignoring his side of the story. And then the cop asked, could I come in to one of my friends? And my friend was like, yeah, sure, come in. And I wish he wouldn't have said that. I didn't think he had to. But the cop came in, and he went downstairs with my friend to grab his cell phone to call my friend's mom and talk to my friend's mom about basically that there was a missing person at their house. And they came back upstairs 15 minutes later, and the cop was on the phone But he put the phone down at one point and was like, you shouldn't be smoking. Smoking kills. And he was literally bitching and ranting at my friend, saying that smoking kills, smoking at a young age is bad, that you're gonna kill yourself at a young age. And he was just ranting to my friend, and I was like, oh no, the cop must have found his packets. Like, he has cartons of cigarettes, like empty cartons of cigarettes down there. And I was like, he must have found one of the empty cartons in his closet or something. Maybe the cop like searched around the room or something for I don't know what the cop was doing, but he must have found like a cigarette pack, right? So the kid's mom comes home, and the cop and her talk for a little bit, and the cop ends up leaving with the kid and took the kid home. And my mom's friend comes inside, and she's fine. Everything ended up being okay, right? So I come downstairs with my friend, and I realize something, that my weed isn't there. And I was like, dude, where's my weed? And he goes, dude, I have to talk to you about something. Shut the door. And he shuts the door and goes to tell me that the cop literally saw the weed next to the laptop, right by the little case thing that I put it in, and that the case was open, so they saw it, and that he literally took the weed and then went a full-on rant, like yelling at my friend, saying that smoking kills. And I interrupted him, and I was like, dude, wait, he was talking about weed, that like weed kills you? And my friend's like, yeah, he literally was telling me about how marijuana kills you. And I was like, dude, I thought he was talking about cigarettes because you smoke cigarettes. He's like, no, he saw one of my cigarette packs, but he didn't mention that at all. I was like, are you sure he wasn't talking about your cigarettes? He's like, no, dude, he was talking about the weed because he was like shaking his fist at me where the weed was, and he was talking about weed. And he's like, dude, I'm so sorry, dude, like your weed got stolen. I'm like, I don't care, dude. All I care about is that you're okay. Like, you basically took the fall for me. And I gave that kid the biggest fucking hug, dude. Like, he just straight up took the fall for me and took the whole rant from the cop for me. And I'm very lucky. Like, I shouldn't have called this cop a dick, but like, he basically let my friend off, and he didn't do anything to any of us. All he did was, focus on the task at hand, which was the kid that ran away. So everything ended up being okay. But it was just so crazy how my friend basically took the fall for me, and then I got away scot-free. So, I mean, props to him if you're watching this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you did, drop a like. It'd be really sick if we could hit 3,000 likes on this video. And leave a comment below if you ever had to deal with cops coming to your house. I love you all so much. I'll see you all later. Peace out, everyone.